Hello, hello, beautiful people. Welcome in. Say hello when you're here. I'm looking at the comments, so I'm looking at multiple screens. So let me see you when you are here. My name is Kendra J. Lewis, the Boss Architect, and I am super, super excited to be here with you today to have a quiet wealth conversation. Go ahead and say hello when you're in. I want to see you. I want to see you. Okay. Okay. Guys, this is super exciting. And just let me know, I'm going to actually be looking at comments, all that good stuff. So I want to know from you. Hey guys, who's in the house? I see Brittany. I see Dr. Sharice. I see Thea. I see Kathy. I see Constance. I see Lisa. I see Idris. All right, Veronica, Dr. Quayle. Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Yeah, I see questions. Kathy already asked the question: how to live well without all the noise, without all of the noise. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about today. I got to make sure I'm looking at the right place in my camera. I'm looking at y'all now. So, we're going to have a quick conversation about quiet wealth. That's the name of the game. And how many people on here you want to make money, right? I think everybody wants to make money, but you don't want to have to do it clocking in to your job, like clocking into your job or a job or whatever, right? We don't want to have to do that, right? We don't want to have to do that. And I think a lot of times when we go into the entrepreneurship journey, we are trading one job for another one, right? We're trading one job for another one. If you guys want to click into the YouTube, I can give you the YouTube link, but I think you guys have found it. You can click into it if you want to leave comments on the YouTube. That's the only way I can see your comments. But I digress. You want to stay inside of the live room because I'll have some cool stuff to show you later. So we're here in service of quiet wealth. And what does that mean? That means that we just want to have the freedom of choice in our businesses. We want to have the freedom of choice to not to have to dance on the internet, to not to have to constantly post, to not to have to try to hunt people down to work with us. Because if I know anything about this audience, I've said it time and time again, you are too talented, you are entirely too credentialed and degreed to be competing with full time content creators who, if they tried to do an ounce of what you can do, they couldn't do it. If they tried to have your depth of expertise, they couldn't. You have all of these years behind you, and yet the model that people are putting out there is the model that requires you to always be on. And I've subscribed to that model before as well. So here's the best way I'm going to, talk to you about this conversation that we're going to have tonight. I want somebody to tell me in the comments, put the word choice in the comments. Hey, Aaliyah. Hey, put the word choice in the comments for me. Choice. That's what I want you to have. Choice. And when you want choice, you have to find a methodology that gives you choice. So, the best way that I can explain it, I'm going to talk about my good friend, Kendall Martin. You guys have heard me talk about her a lot. And Kendall is a real estate developer, luxury real estate developer. Hey, Toriel. Hey, Boo. A luxury real estate developer who I built her digital business for her, right? And she said that even though we had been friends since the fifth grade, right, when she started deciding that she wanted to take her business online, she did all of the things. She looked in all of the places that people traditionally look to find help for their business online, and she consumed all of the things. There were the people that said, in order to be successful, you got to wake up at 4 a.m. every day. How many people have heard that? You got to wake up at 4 a.m. You have to do all of this like routine stuff. You got to make up your bed. You got to have a schedule. You got to do this. You got to do that. You have to do this. And she was like, that's cute, but I know personally about myself that I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I don't want to do that stuff. So I kept searching until I found a methodology that works for me. This is what I want to encourage you guys to do tonight. If you don't like what I'm talking about, you don't have to adopt my methodology. I promise you, I won't feel any type of way. But the information is going to be there for you to utilize it or not and determine whether it is a methodology that gives you the thing that you're looking for. Let me know when you guys can see my screen. You should see something that says a quiet wealth conversation, because that's what we're going to dive into. And this is a conversation about choice and the systems that allow you to have them. Okay? All right. Hey, Sunshine. Conversations with Sunshine. 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 Okay, let's get it. So let's open this up with a little something, something. Why don't we? There are two ways that you can build a business. Two. Way number one is you build it for visibility. That's the way that is the popular way. You build it so people can see your behind all the time. And even from some of the comments, the questions that I got before this, which I will answer you guys' questions, I promise, I still see some of y'all are trying to build it that way. When you build your business for visibility, that means it requires you to always be on. Content has to always be created. You're always hopping on sales calls in order to make sales. You're always working, doing something, being busy. And God bless and keep you. If that's what you want to do, then you can hop off right now. But I want to ask you guys this. I want to ask you a question. Let me know in the comments. Is that what you really want to do? Or is that the way that you see other people doing it? Is that the only way that you've been taught? Tell me, is it option 1 or 2? Is that how you really want to build? Or is that just the only way you've been taught? We don't need your income stopping when you become a human. We don't need your income stopping when you wake up one morning and like, I don't feel like this shit today. Excuse me for the new folks, I cuss a little bit. It's fine. You don't want your income stopping when you just can't. And I said can't. I know how to speak correct English. When you can't. Right? So this is what we're doubling down on, because there is another option. There is option number 2, and we're going to build for quiet wealth. Now, what is quiet wealth? That's revenue that comes in whether you are on or not. On the days you don't feel like it, on the days you just want to lay in bed, on the days you having a Baptist fit or whatever it is, on the days you just say, I can't. Money's still coming in. That's what we're building tonight. Now, for a lot of people on here, I need to clarify a couple things. Where are my new people at? The people that are new, let me know in the comments. I want to clarify a couple things. I know I got questions about corporate contracts. And yes, I still very much so teach people how to get corporate contracts. But here's the thing. As someone who not only has had multiple corporate contracts, can get one whenever she feels like it, has corporations reaching out to her to give her contracts, I turn a lot of them down because I don't feel like it. And corporate contracts are beautiful, but I feel that as a woman, particularly like I'm 42 now, as a woman, I should not have to have income dependent on me providing a service that I actually have to show up for, that I have to actually do work for, when the most beautiful thing that I can give people is my brain. And I have codified that in multiple products that people can buy and they don't ever have to do anything with me. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So, what I am saying is when you design your business for quiet wealth, is that you have the choice to sell whatever offers you want to when you feel like it, but there needs to be some offers that can make money for you without you needing to insert yourself. Does that clear up some things for people? And I'll give you real life examples later on because I think a lot of times we're going after the same thing, but we think there's only one way to skin a cat. At the end of the day, you just want to make money and have freedom. Well, how do you have freedom if you have to literally show up and serve in a corporate contract? You got to be doing something. So that negates the definition of freedom. The thing is, you should be able to do it when you feel like it, when you want to, when you got the energy. Okay, does that clear anything up? Okay, so what does it mean to build the quiet way? What does it mean to build the quiet way? I swear, I built this slide deck and don't know how to use it. What that looks like when you build the quiet way is that looks like people being able to buy from you any time. And how many people truly have a system set up for that? I'll wait. How many people can just buy from you anytime? You have a system where people can always be finding you, always be buying from you, get exactly what they paid for without you having to do any manual touch point at all. It's clients buying from you at 8 p.m., 10 p.m., 2 a.m., and you were not the anchor in that transaction, meaning there was no sales call, meaning there was no post, meaning there was no sending out a cold DM or a cold email. And I know y'all like, if you want to do that, once again, choice, do it. Do it. That doesn't take anything away from you. But all I am doing is showing you what that actually feels like, what it looks like. Now, here's the thing about that. Nothing that I'm going to tell you tonight is about you doing crazy stuff, right? If you've been with the Boss Architect, you've known me for the past 8 years. Where are my OG people? What have I been preaching? Hashtag structure is the new sexy. All of this is just structure. Okay. Where my OGs at? Go ahead and put structure in the comments. Structure is the new sexy. So we are going to create a structure that creates a cycle of revenue in your business that allows people to buy from you without you intervening, that allows people to receive what they bought from you without you intervening, and then allows them to buy again without you intervening. How many people like the sound of that? Buy from you, receive from you, buy again without you intervening. And I'm going to try to make this short tonight. I don't want to bore you guys. I'm sitting back now because I'm getting comfortable. But structure is not necessarily what you may think. So, can I preach just for a little bit? And there are a couple of people on here. Toriel, I'm not going to pick on you tonight, but I'm going to send you a personal message because I saw something the other day on your LinkedIn that, like, that kind of made me take a double take. But I'm going to talk about something in a second. Structure is not automations. Structure is not having an AI employee do it for you. Structure is not throwing together a whole bunch of systems and thinking that is going to create the ecosystem that allows for quiet wealth to be activated in your business. Structure is a golden string, golden thread rather, that flows throughout the entirety of your business. What do I mean by that? Structure has to be foundational. And a lot of people don't think what structure is. Hey, Ty, how you doing, boo? A lot of people don't talk about structure in this way. So I am going to tell you what I mean about the golden thread. How many people have created the AI twins? Created AI twins? I'm not just picking on AI twins, I'm picking on a lot of stuff tonight. How many sales has your AI twin made for you without you having to tap in? Room got quiet. How many sales has your AI twin made for you? For you. Ooh, it got real quiet in here. I'm seeing a lot of zeros. Leah said, I don't know how to make one. um, if the thread is not there, and I'll tell you guys what the thread is. The thread is everything that you're putting out has to be in alignment with what your buyer wants. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. Everything that you put out has to be in alignment with what your buyer wants. Now, I'm going to call out my experts real quick because we struggle with this. I'm going off script, but that's okay. Let me have my way just for a minute. I promise we'll get to the good stuff. But this is something that we need to understand foundationally. As experts, we have a real problem. We have a real problem. We never, and I truly mean never, activate context in the things that we do. Why? Because we're the expert. So we think everybody already has the context. We see it from our lens. So we immediately go into talking about, I want to help you get your finances together. I want to help you do this. I want to help you do that. Let me show you how to do this. Let me break this down. Let me show you the ins and outs of my methodology. Let me show you the framework. Take my diagnostic. Take this. What the hell are you talking about? The hell are you talking about? Nobody knows. Hey, Angelia. Nobody knows what context is around what it is you are trying to sell them. So that's the first thing. You have to understand your buyer and their context, the way that they see the world and how they actually buy. Don't worry, we're going to get to that shortly. And so then, once you understand the buyer context, your offers that you are selling need to be designed to speak in context. Think about it. If I told y'all today, I want to show you a framework that I designed, and the framework has 4 mechanisms. This framework has a mechanism that creates your offers. This framework has a mechanism that helps you build technology to deliver your business. This framework has a mechanism that allows you to attract clients and generate business wealth. Y'all be like, what the hell? Y'all wouldn't even made it past the first sentence. So if all of our offers, if our branding, if all of those things are not designed with the buyer context in mind, none of this will work. So to go back to your AI twins and stuff that you're building, right? If they ain't talking about nothing, you're not going to get people to buy from you. Does that make sense? So everything that you put out, your brand, let's talk about that. Angelia knows about branding on here, right? Your brand. And this is for someone that has built billion-dollar brands. For the people that don't know me, I built multi-billion-dollar brands for Target, A New Day, Project 62, all these brands that you know and love. I've built multi-billion-dollar brands. Branding is not about you. It's about, is my branding communicating what my customer needs? I'll give you guys an example really quickly. When I first started my journey in the Boss Architect, right? I have a very energetic personality, if y'all can't tell. I'm very bubbly. I'm very, I have a big personality. I know that. So when I first was building my brand, I'm like, I need a brand that showcases my bubbly personality. I need a brand that's pink and yellow and energetic and fun and all the things. And I'll never forget building that brand and then having someone like say, Kendra, this is when I was teaching people about business credit and funding and all that stuff. She's like, seeing your brand and then sitting on the phone with you and seeing that you're deep. Like there's a lot of wisdom there. You're an old soul and you're talking about money. You're talking about stuff that people need to be able to receive from you. She said, think about this. When people are already like feeling a little ways about their credit, they're already scared of financing, they're scared of funding, and then they see this big yellow, pink. What does that do energetically? Their nerves are already shot. You are frazzling their nerves even more with your brand. You're frazzling their nerves even more. And so, even the color psychology, all of those things that you choose for your brand are not for you. They are for what does your buyer need to feel when they first come into contact with you? Come on, somebody. Angelia, don't have me blushing. Hold on, let me get, because every time I get on camera, my nose starts running. So I got my tissues ready today. Okay. Where how are you making them feel? Right? So that was a good sidetrack, right? I'm going to get back to the presentation. Are we good? Y'all understand? So, structure is the golden thread that goes throughout your brand. It includes how you position yourself, aka your branding, the words that you use, the context that you give, and then that goes into your offers, how you automate, how you talk to your audience, and even what content assets that you create. Okay, are we all on the same page? All right. How the people doing? I haven't even checked what is going on in the chat room. Hold on. Let me check what's going on in the chat. Okay, I see a lot of people still in the chat. Brittany, Kathy, Constance. Hey, y'all. Okay, so I'll go back. Let me make sure I know how to do this. So, the line in the sand we're going to draw tonight is my favorite Kendraism. Write this down. Money is loud, but wealth is quiet. See, I'm not knocking any way you make money. Lord knows I've made money a lot of different ways. For the people that know me, you know that my first business I ever started, I was 18 years old and I was Uber before Uber existed, but it was for strippers. I would pick the strippers up from the strip club and take them home. I was 18, had my first car, might as well. Right. So you can make money any kind of way. I don't knock however you want to make money. You can build a million things. You can come up with a new offer every month, every day, hell, if you want to. But here's the thing, wealth has always been a system. Wealth is quiet. Yep, Angelia, you remember I was the ride share for Magic City in my 1984 Chevy Caprice Classic, aka the heavy Chevy. Okay, so money's loud, wealth is quiet. So we're about to get quiet. Okay, y'all good? Y'all still with me? Okay. I do not recommend being an Uber for the strip club, but hey, if you want it, you can. So, what we're going to cover today are the 4 systems that make up my quiet wealth system. These are the systems that I run in my business. These are the systems why most of y'all, why all of y'all are here tonight, actually. Do y'all know I did not put in one piece of manual effort to get you all here tonight? Not one piece of manual effort. But yet you're here listening to me chit chat on a Friday night. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. We're going to learn those 4 systems that I actually have running in my business in real life. Okay. And I want you to be able to install them too. I'm going to break this down real proper. So let's talk about the elephant in the room for the people that don't know me yet and maybe a little bit skeptical. If it's so easy to do these quiet wealth systems you're talking about, then why isn't everybody doing it? Well, first off, friends, I never said it was easy. Never said it was easy. You actually are going to have to build some things in order for the systems to work. But the beautiful thing is, after you build it, it's done. So I guess that's easy. But if it's easy, why isn't everybody doing it? Because everywhere you turn, you're told to be loud. How many people have been told you just got to show up consistently on social media? Or you got to build a bot. We just building all the AI bots that ain't making a lick of money, but we building them. Right? Build your AI twin, do all of that. And my question is, for what reason are we even building this stuff for? Right? And like, can we have a quick word for consistency? From henceforth, consistency is a cussing word in this space. This is not a safe space to use the word consistency. Because friends, come one, come all. Can we just have a little come to Jesus real quick? How many times have your behind tried to be consistent with something? Especially my overachievers. We are definitely not consistent. You know why? Because we're too perfect to be consistent. We're perfectionists. We can't be consistent with everything because as soon as we mess up one little thing, we quit. So why you keep trying to be consistent? Build a business where consistency doesn't matter. You're not gonna be consistent. Like, can we just face it? You know what I'm consistent at? Being not consistent. That's what I'm consistent at. Being random as hell. Just be consistent at being random as hell. Like, so we have to battle all of the things that are telling us that you have to be consistent because that tends to be the popular thing out there. But there are some real enemies to being quiet, and they are attacking every single business right now. So I'm going to break down what they are, what we're really fighting, where my video game players at. I'm going to break down the bosses that we get through to get to the next level. All right. Yeah, Toriel said, I've been coming to terms with that. Trying to be constantly consistent actually gives me more anxiety. Yes. And the way that my anxiety is set up, I just decided I'm not going to do it. Do y'all know how much better my nervous system is? You might know I'm not going to do it. I already know I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. And I'm so cool with that. Nope, not going to do it. Somebody asked me when I did this last month, they were like, can I get a session with you? Can I pay you for a session? I was like, hell no. I'm not going to show up. Like, and I have no problem saying that. So the systems are attacking every business, and I want you to understand the bosses that we have to get through, what they are, so that we know what we're battling, the uphill battle we're fighting against. Okay. And I don't think a lot of people know that these systems are against your quiet wealth. So we just have to call them out. So, thing number one, do y'all know why all that posting is not working? And even if you started running ads, because I know a lot of my clients are scared to death to run ads. I don't know why y'all be so scared to run ads, but I digress. When you post and when you run ads now, you are battling boss number one, which is the bot infestation. Do you guys know that one, a lot of your content isn't getting distributed? And if you looked at the recent updates, especially with Instagram, you can kiss those AI bots goodbye because Instagram is now pushing human content, not the AI bots, right? So yes, you got to get on camera. It's fine. We'll talk about that later. But if you are doing that, right? Adam Mosseri is wearing the girls out, right? If you're doing that, it doesn't work like that now, right? You are actually never going to get to real humans if we don't get past the bots. And targeting and doing all of that doesn't work. What works is buyer intent and having a system that actually bypasses the bots and gets the algorithm circling the things to humans who can actually buy from you. That robot will never buy from you. Doesn't have a credit card, doesn't get paid. Okay? So do we understand that? Just let me know you understand. And how many of you have seen, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all get the random comments from, pretending to be Facebook, pretending to be Instagram, the random messages. Those are bots and they are interacting with your content. Even when you run paid ads, bots are interacting with your ads and skewing the algorithm. Okay? So that's thing number one. So that's why all of that posting is not working. Thing number two, the way that people buy has changed, right? Now, please believe people are still buying, regardless of the economic climate. But what people are buying and the way that people are buying has changed because information is so readily available. Everybody feels that they can go to ChatGPT or Claude and get the answer to anything that they have. So people are paying for different things. And so your business, your offers, and your messaging have to be aligned to how people are buying now. Are we good? So, boss number two is just buyer behavior has shifted. Not in 2020 when everybody was becoming millionaires with their whack ass courses that they would just copy and paste them from everybody else. Right? Your thing has to be something that helps people get a win. Okay? Can you guys still hear me? I know my camera just went out. I'm going to try to reset it. Okay, I'm back. I just needed to reset that camera. Okay? Can y'all hear me? All right. So we understand people are buying differently. Great. We're going to solve for that. Okay. So the next thing, this is my favorite one. Enemy number three is the vibe coding enemy, right? And let me be clear because I know you guys. Once again, overachievers, straight A students, we aced every test. We did everything we were supposed to do in school. We did everything we were supposed to do in our career. That's why we're so bummed. We got PhDs, multiple MBAs, master's degree, all of this stuff. And so when we see people doing something that we perceive as cutting edge, we actually jump on the FOMO train. And y'all can try to tell me you don't have fear of missing out if you want to. You know that's a lie from the pits of hell. We are hardwired to have fear of missing out. Why? Because we were always the front of the class. We were the line leaders. And so when we are bombarded with a whole bunch of stuff, it makes us feel like we're missing something. And so what do? We get busy building. Who? They said I need a dashboard for my business. They said I need to start coding this. They said I need to build this. They said Claude Code can connect to Facebook and run my Facebook ads. Friend, what ads you gonna run it to? They said Claude Code can edit my videos. What videos? Like, so it makes us feel like we need to be doing something. Would y'all like to tell me what you need to be doing instead? I love y'all. Do you want me to tell you what you need to be doing instead? Sing your behind down somewhere and stop trying to be so busy. Sit your behind down and stop trying to be so busy. Like, and I need you to truly think about this, right? All of the people that are pushing you to do all of these things, what are they doing? I'll wait. Think about it. What are they doing? Sitting around telling you to build all these things. Where did the credentials come from? The experience, certifications, all of that. Where did it come from? So, what if we just did something a little bit different? Instead of worrying about what we're missing out on, instead of focusing on being busy, what if we did something that feels a little bit more aligned? Excuse me, I knew that was coming. With how we want our life. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't realize I just sneezed right in the microphone. How to run our life and our business. What if we did that instead? All right, thank you guys. And so I want to show you something and why just building the AI stuff isn't going to work for you. Can I tell you what problem we're going to solve tonight? And the one thing that AI can't do for you, I'm going to give you tonight. It was with Toriel. It's a mess. I did a post on Facebook the other day that every time I get on camera and get my makeup done, my nose started running and I started sneezing. It needs to be studied at this point. I'm allergic to talking to y'all, apparently. I'm allergic to the camera. I'm allergic to the camera. That's the only thing that can explain it. Okay. So we want to know the one thing AI cannot do for us. And why everybody's stuff is sounding the same, why everybody's posting the same thing, everybody's videos look the same, everybody's talking about the same thing and not talking about anything at the same time. What AI cannot do for you is give you this secret weapon that I'm going to show you tonight. Some of the people that have been with me probably remember what this is, but this is my intellectual property. As someone that has an actual degree in sociology and psychology, an actual degree, I want to introduce you to Bayer subconscious cognition mapping. This is the thing that AI cannot do, and it's the thing that all of the systems that I'm going to teach you tonight are built on. Remember the golden thread that I told you about? Here's what it is. So, what is Bayer subconscious cognition mapping? This is a combination of two sciences, psychology and sociology, specifically with a subset of consumer behavior. It is a combination of behavioral sciences because people do not just buy in a vacuum. They buy based on what they are experiencing in their own brain, psychological triggers, and they also buy based on their identity that they actually present publicly. Or y'all don't hear me when I say it. Their identity and the role that they play. They don't buy as just Kendra J. Lewis that's, got all these things rolling around in her head. When I buy, I'm thinking of Kendra J. Lewis, the mother, Kendra J. Lewis, the wife, Kendra J. Lewis, the daughter who's had to be a caregiver, Kendra J. Lewis, the owner of the Boss Architect, Kendra J. Lewis. Like, I am thinking of all of the roles that I play, and that impacts my purchasing decisions. But here's the thing that I don't think people understand. 95% of those decisions are happening subconsciously. So I don't even know why I'm doing it. And so where are my woo-woo people? Y'all know how to tap into the subconscious. This is where, as the business owner, as the person who is trying to sell to people, we have to read between the lines that only humans can read between the lines of. We can't just look at the forums Because think about it, AI, you may tell AI, give me, you know, give me some marketing research. Tell me what's happening on all of the forums on Reddit or whatever, and analyze that for me. AI is going to give you an AI analysis. It's going to read all of the actual things that people said. But when you're a human, you know how to read between the lines about what people don't say. I'll give you an example, right? I'll give you an example. So if there's a woman, and this is actually a real life example that I had with a friend, a person that I know, online, and even in communication with her friends and stuff like that, she's like, I'm big and I'm proud. I'm glad I got this body. I love this body. I'm big and I'm proud. Like body positivity, all that stuff. But her actual, some things that she says and her behaviors say otherwise. Okay. So when we're at like certain functions, she'll be like, oh, I just wish, like, I wish I could wear something like that. Oh, you do? That's too big and you proud. So why are you wishing you can wear it? You can put it on if you want to. Or like, oh, I wish I could do, this. I can eat like that if I wanted to. Why can't you eat what you want to? But if we were looking at all her posts and the things that she's putting out there, it would appear as if she's fine. She doesn't need any help. And then imagine if you were to have an offer and slide up in her DM, or if she saw an ad that says, come and lose weight, I'll help you get those pounds off. I'm for curvy girls who want to get pounds off and keep their curves. She probably subconsciously would not pay any attention to your offer. Why? Because the identity that she portrays and everything she's saying outwardly is saying she doesn't want to lose weight. So you would have to craft something that approaches her a completely different way. Something that would say something like, I see you out there with those beautiful curves. I see you out there looking sexy as you want to be, and you love your body. But this is not about not loving your body. This is about optimizing what you have. Right? Oh, so let's stop. I'm not going to even go to the rest of that. If she saw that versus come and lose weight, subconsciously, she's not going to identify with the come and lose weight. But she would identify with, let's optimize those beautiful curves. Y'all see where I'm getting? See, AI can't do that. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? And so, if you are thinking you can bypass strategy and the nuance of human subconscious, then it's not going to work out how you think. So, it's not one or the other, it's in the things that people don't say. It's in you being a real human, experiencing real people and seeing their natural contradictions and seeing the nuance and diving deep into that. It's that what they actually say over here. So the fears, the desires, the outward behavior. Then over here, you have the sociology, right? Right? It's their identity, their place in society, the role that they play, and the intersection is what buyer subconscious cognition mapping is. Okay. So now let's dive into the systems that already have this built in. And we turn this science into a machine. How are y'all feeling so far? We're making good time. I'm not being long winded today. We're making good time. Okay. Thea said, yes, AI just identifies what they say. We need to identify what they think, but more importantly, what they don't say, right? What they don't say. Okay. So, 4 systems, all built on this, an expression of the mapping. System number 1 is your offers. And yes, your offer is a system. We'll talk about that later. System number 2 is your conversion engine. That is what makes people buy from you. System number 3 is your signal system. And for the love of God, this is the one that answers y'all favorite question as, how do I find people to buy from me? Y'all know y'all asked that question a million times, and I keep telling y'all a billion times. You don't find them, they find you. Your only job is to cast out the signal. And system number 4 is ascension. How do people continue to buy from you? As you evolve, as your offers evolve, as you see new things that you can offer to help your current people that are in, how do you make sure that they continue to buy from you? Right? These are real systems I've run in my business. Hell, and let's be clear, most of the people that are on here tonight are people that have already purchased from me before. Not new to this, I'm true to this. And I want you to see that you can do that too, because it's engineered to be that way. Okay. Did y'all already take a snapshot of these systems? You got your screenshot down. So let's dive into each one. We're going to go through these. So, system number 1, it's called off the shelf offers. I've been thinking about doing a podcast, a private podcast, to really break down off the shelf offers. Let me know if y'all want me to do that podcast. But off the shelf offers, here's the best way to describe this. When you go into a store, you pick some things up off the shelf, right? There's no webinar that you have to look at to pick it up off the shelf. There's rarely a sales representative, right? You talk to purchase off the shelf, right? Like, stop it. Toriel, this is just for B2C. And here's why. And I want everybody on here that is fixated on B2B, not saying you're fixated, but like, because I had a lot of questions about corporate. I just want to give you a quick comparison, real quick. Past few months of my life, right? I got one contract, corporate contract, that was $50,000 contract. It wasn't a lot of work, but I had to show up, I had to travel, I had to do all the back end work, I had to do all of this. Great. It's $50,000. I got paid in 2 installments, net 30, whatever. I made $100,000 from 2 low ticket offers that I didn't have to do nothing for, except for build it once. So I say all this to say, once again, when I feel like doing corporate, I can. When I don't, my offer suite does the work for me. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Right? Like, so it's like there's so many different ways to skin a cat. But what I'm talking about is primarily for B2C. Because we're talking about consumer buying behavior. F500 Fierce is where you want to go to talk about the corporate buying behavior, because it's very different. And it's a longer path to sale. All right. Y'all get what I'm saying? So let's talk about offer number 1. Off the shelf offers is your offer packaging does the heavy lifting for you. That's the thing that I'm saying. There's a reason when I went in Sephora that I grabbed this damn $25 lip gloss off the shelf. First, it's the brand, right? I love Rihanna. I love Fenty. This is literally my color, my signature color, right? There was no salesperson telling me to get this. I picked it up off the shelf. Right? It was packaged in a way that was appealing to me. The imagery, the visual imagery that I was shown was appealing to me. The price was appealing to me. All of those things make an offer go off the shelf. And so in both of our offers, they need to be designed and packaged so that a buyer can decide fast. just as if you were going in the store and purchasing off the shelf. And how do I know about off the shelf offers? You guys know I have worked in retail strategy, right? Retail strategy for some of the largest retailers in the world. I was a senior inventory analyst and planner at Home Depot for the holiday collection. I was an executive at Target for their strategy, particularly strategy execution. I understand packaging, pricing, offers to buy off of the shelf. Hey, Tracy. All right. So good to see you, honey. So we put that same strategy into your offers. So here's how this is going to work. You're going to create two offers. Everybody put the number 2 for the people that are in the YouTube comments. Number 2, you're going to have your first offer, which is your entry offer. It is your taster menu. Think about this being your first commitment. That is a low commitment, so it needs to be under $100. Your taster menu. This thing should be so freaking delicious that people don't know what hit them. Do y'all want to know a new taster offer that I'm launching next week? Oh, it's going to be so sexy. Y'all want to know what it is? Y'all won't have to worry about it because y'all going to be inside a Quiet Wealth Society. But for the people that's not, I have never actually taught people how to design and execute and deliver a webinar like this. How many people are enjoying this webinar experience? And y'all know I've done over 600 live webinars. I've been doing webinars for 8 years, and I have never taught it. And several marketing gurus, I won't call them out, have reached out to me, and they have literally asked to study my webinar method and teach it to their people, and I've never taught it myself. So I created an offer that not only shows you how to break it down, but builds your entire webinar for you, builds your slide deck, builds your entire thing. It's delicious. Sexy, right? It's a taster offer. And while I could charge a couple $1,000s for that, it's going to be $100. Why? Because the purpose of that offer is not for me to make a whole bunch of money. It's to lower the barrier to entry for people to get to the next thing, which is what your full offer is, which is $1,000 or under. And here's the thing, both offers need to be built to be able to be delivered without you. That's why I'm saying $1,000 or less. And I want you guys to think about it. You could sell one offer a month for $10,000 and have to do tons of work, or you can sell 10 $1,000 offers and not have to show up. Which one do you choose? I've done it all. Y'all have to understand, I've had over 200 offers that I have sold and built since 2018. Over 200 offers. I have had every offer imaginable. Believe me, my favorite ones are the ones that don't need me. Right? Okay? Are y'all good? So that's what we're going to do. So offer number 1, taster menu. And you see, I'm not saying low ticket or like give them a look. You give them one thing that's so freaking amazing. Like, do y'all know what my conversation with the Lord was like putting that offer at $100? I'm like, this is stupid. But it serves its purpose. It serves its purpose. Okay? So your entry offer is your taster menu. And your main offer is the whole meal, but in a way that you don't have to deliver it. And if you need examples, that can be a guided execution. It could be a course. It could be a strategy and then an execution plan. It could be something that you don't have to always be in to deliver. Okay? Okay. So that's system number 1. Are we cool on the offer system? So 2 offers in the offer system. And once again, the reason the price points are as they are, because hell no, we are not psychologically, we're not hopping on sales calls for $1,000. It's not. What do we need to talk about? Either you're gonna buy it or you're not. Generally, when you get in over $1,000 range, people want to start talking and asking all kind of questions. And honestly, guys, what a lot of times they be doing is trying to get free coaching from you. Let's be real. And so we're not going to do that. Why? Why? Okay. And I guarantee you, for the people that have done sales calls where they had to handle a lot of objections and stuff, when you actually work with that person, they probably weren't your ideal client anyway. Let's all go ahead and be true about that. My best clients were the ones that when I worked with them said, I knew that I was going to work with you the first 15 minutes of your webinar. There was nothing you needed to tell me. Or the clients that you were getting like, the girl, take my credit card. Those were the clients because they were already bought in to the process. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Y'all ready for the next system? System number 2. Am I still making good time? Y'all still with me? System number 2, the identity mirror. This is your conversion system and it has 2 parts. Because remember, we're selling 2 things. So we need to have 2 sales engines. And I may show you guys an example of this conversion system later on. Okay. So somebody remind me in about 10 minutes. So this system is the one that literally is the epitome of buyer subconscious cognition mapping. I need y'all to see this really quickly. Remember when I said we have to get to what people are actually thinking and speak to them in a way that has context for them and not just trying to like shove our framework down their throat? Well, one of the best ways to do it is to let them tell you what they need. Let them tell you what they think. Let them tell you who they are. And then you spit that thing right back to them. This is my method of a diagnostic, and we call this the identity mirror. We are literally farming the context from them and feeding it right back to them to diagnose their problem, show them exactly what they need to fix, and the fix is personalized for them in their words. I don't think y'all understand how genius that is. You let them tell you what their objections are, what they're thinking. Let them tell you what's wrong with them. And we design that to be our first sales engine. And after they get their results and their diagnosis, guess what? The first step is always going to be for them to buy your low ticket offer, to buy that entry offer. First step, it's a low barrier to entry, low commitment. You just told them what was wrong with them and what they need to fix and use their own words to mirror it back to them. My God, on today. Now, once they have that first offer, then we need something for the second offer, which is going to be your evergreen webinar designed the Kendra J. Lewis way. You can't just do a video that's going to bore the hell out of people. There's an actual flow to webinars that actually are designed for buyer subconscious cognition mapping. So your offer that is a little bit more expensive, that has a little bit more details, we're going to deliver that in a short webinar that is designed with a very specific flow. So I want you to think about how this process works. Someone sees your ad. We'll talk about that later. The first thing it's going to take them to is to this diagnostic, your first conversion engine. They are going to get their results, and then they're going to get offered the first step, which is your entry level offer. You're going to be going about your business, delivering that offer. You're going to have automated check-ins with them. We're going to talk about that later. You're going to make sure they're progressing, making sure they get results in an automated fashion. You're not going to be doing it personally. Then, boom. It's like, hey, see, you're making progress in this. Wanted to show you something else. I want you to go ahead and check this out. Boom, there goes the webinar. But also those same people are going to be getting retargeted with ads about 14 days after they purchase, also leading them to your webinar to buy the next thing. So you have this kind of ever present thing going that's making sure that people are ascending to the next thing. As I hope I'm not losing y'all because it's a lot, but it's all doable, all buildable. Okay. And so that leads us to system number 3, which I'll go over really quickly. The signal system. How do people find you? Not how do you find people, how do they find you? We are going to create some pillar content. Not content you record every month, not content you record every week. Now, this is when I need to talk to people. Let me talk to the people. Real content, real human, real soul, a real soul showing up on camera. And this is something that the ladies in my activation were talking about, and I think we've decided to do this. So TBD on the dates. But I understand that a lot of people don't like showing up on camera. And so we've talked about inside of Quiet Wealth Society, when you are inside of that activation where you do have to record your initial content, like free of charge, just people coming out to Atlanta, come out, we'll lay out the red carpet for you, we'll play in makeup and be your directors to make sure you're showing up on camera comfortably. We'll be your hype women. We did this one time and had so much fun, and it was impromptu. We just told people, bring all the makeup you got. We're going to beat your face into the oblivion. We're going to play dress up, throw on some accessories, be cute, and record some stuff. Because I realized that some people need an environment in order to turn on, right? So we'll provide that environment for you to turn on. But the thing is, you need to have some pillar content. And here's why. We are going to be casting out your signals with multiple types of ads, 3 campaigns very inexpensively. Do you guys know the ads that got a lot of you here today? I'm only spending $5 a day on those ads. And some of you went through an automation that I had that told you to comment the word quiet and it DM'd you, right? Those came from $5 ads. And I have multiple pieces of content circulating. I recorded the content one time. It's going to stay in circulation. And the reason that I record the content the way that I am is because the first thing that I had to do was to create a longer form video. I have a 5-minute video that I'm running ads to filter out the bots, because that's how we filter out the bots, by putting long videos at the top of our funnel and only retargeting people for sales ads that actually look at a certain percentage of our video. Because bots cannot, their attention cannot be held for that long. They're not going to sit through a longer form video. That's how you run cheap ads that bring real people to you. And it's always on. I know a couple people that can spend a couple coins a day to make that happen. And also it makes sure that your content lives in perpetuity. I'm going to be running those ads until kingdom come. Do y'all understand? So that is the signal system. We're going to have a signal. Yes, you're going to have to record some content. You're not going to run away from that. And remember, I just told you that the algorithms will be prioritizing human content. Okay? So we got to record it. We just got to get over it. Here's the next thing. After we have that running, the final system is we want to keep buyers moving through our process. So I alluded to this earlier, but there are four campaigns that are constantly running inside of your account. One is the campaign that once somebody purchases your entry-level offer, once somebody takes your diagnostic, that campaign is getting them into your entry-level offer. The second campaign is once somebody purchases that lower ticket, that entry offer, that is getting them to the higher ticket offer. The third campaign is delivering your higher ticket offer. So that campaign is keeping them warm, keeping them engaged, checking in on them, making sure they have success so that when you're ready to launch anything new, there is another campaign that you can activate at any time for any new product that you want to sell, that you push a button and that baby fires off once or twice a month to the people that are already in your audience. And that campaign also includes cheap retargeting ads to the people that are already in your world. Okay, how y'all feeling? So this is how all of these come together, right? You have the four systems that allow you to have all of these going on. And a lot of people know this, a lot of people don't. But like when I say that I live this in real life, I lived this in real life. So I have been doing live webinars for 8 years, 600 live webinars every Saturday, sometimes twice a week. That was just what I did. And honestly, I love doing live webinars. So I will probably still exercise that choice when I feel like it. The longest stint that I have ever had in the past 8 years of not doing webinars was between the past few months. And here's why. In 2024, a lot of people know this, I lost my mother to her battle with cancer. Leading up to that, I was a caregiver for her. And when my mom was sick and eventually passed, I still thought I could push. So I pushed, right? I remember the morning my mom passed in my arms, January 13th, 2024, I went home and did a live webinar at 11 a.m. My mom passed at 3 o'clock in the morning, all right? I came into the live webinar. And then 9 months after my mom passed, my youngest sister got diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. And so, not even getting to like fuel from that, like boom, another hit, right? So, my sister, now we're going down the journey of I became a caregiver for her. And I don't know if some people remember in December, November timeframe or December, early December 2025, I was doing a challenge called the Power Signal Ads Challenge. And I don't know if some people that were there, I was in the middle of doing a live and I got a phone call from my dad that said, your sister said that she wants you to take her to the hospital. We need to go to the emergency room. And that was the last emergency room visit my sister would have had. I left in the middle of a live, okay? And I had to go take my sister to the hospital. My sister died on December 16th, 2025. We buried her the week after, or 2 days after Christmas. And then my middle sister, Miranda, whose cancer, was she was diagnosed years ago, had been in remission. She passed away March 30th, 2026. I say all that to say I had no more push in me. There was not a live webinar. There was not a phone call I could answer. I literally could do nothing. My body shut down because I had tried to push through all of the grief. And I say all this to say, thank God that the systems were there, because the last thing that I would have wanted to worry about while I was grieving, while I was healing, while I was being there to support my family, while I was doing all that, the last thing that I needed to be worried about was whether I was going to be able to pay my bills. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? So, no, I don't just talk about this, I lived it. And I'm thankful that I had the things in place before I needed them. I stepped away for months and the revenue continued to come in because I had the systems. Thank you, everyone, for your condolences. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Toria. Thank you, Kendall. Thank you, Sunshine. I appreciate you guys. But this is real. And I don't share that for sympathy. I share that to show you something, that it's one thing for me to be sitting here talking out the side of my neck, like, oh, I think this works, or this is a theory that I have. It works because I had no choice for it but to work. I'm living proof. The fact that I'm still here today, standing, is proof that it worked. Proof. Angelia said, I remember you pushing through. Yeah, Angelia, until I couldn't anymore. And there is something about resilience. And I know, like, it's a beautiful thing to be resilient, but it's also a beautiful thing to not have to be. And so, what I offer to you is just the one thing that I told you from the beginning, the beauty of choice. When I want to show up, I can. When I want to do a corporate contract, I can. If I want to do a webinar, I can. If I want to do a launch, I can. But it's my choice. It's my choice. And that is what quiet wealth is. It's the choice about what you do. Okay. How are y'all feeling? What's coming up for you? I hope these systems got you rocking and rolling and ready. So we're going to get to the finish line. The $1,000,000 question. How do you build all of this? How do you build all of this? Mhm. You got a couple choices, couple ways, right? You can learn how to build it all. You can try to go take, some of them courses you have bought, watch the YouTubes, consume content, and stitch it together. And then you would still need the technology to run it all. You would still need the technology. Because let me tell you the tech that you need. I'm just gonna, just for the system that I talked to you about, let's lay that down. Because Toria, I wanted to answer your question you had prior to about what if you have a lean tech stack. I'm going to show you the leanest tech stack you can have, but there are some things that you need in order to run a business. So let's talk about it. Whether you're selling to corporate or consumer, I'll talk about consumer first and then I'll lay on corporate. Everybody needs to have a place to build their pages, right? Just let me know in the comments. We need a place to build our web pages. Yep. Then a funnel, which is really those pages hooked together and automated. So some system to move people through a process of pages, right? So funnel builder, right? At minimum. We then need something to deliver our quiz, our diagnostic. So in most places, that would be another system that holds quizzes like Typeform or what's the other one? Survey Monkey, all of those. So that's another one, right? We need a place to, if we're going to run video, we need a place to host our video. So a video host like Vimeo, what's the other one? Wistia, right? Some place to host videos that are private that can be embedded in pages, right? Or even the YouTube option. But YouTube, in order to have private embedded videos, you have to pay for YouTube Premium. So it's still somewhere to host your videos, right? You need a checkout system. How can people pay you if they can't check out? So that's another tech. You probably need a course platform or a membership or a community platform. Sometimes those are all in one, but a lot of times they're in 3 different places, right? You also need email automation system. So that's another one, email automation. Or, oh, you need an SMS to be able to send text messages. That's another system, right? And then let's layer on some of the other things. If you're doing corporate, you need a system to do proposals. You probably want to have a contract system where you can sign contracts, so DocuSign. You probably need a system for your your if you don't like dealing with Facebook Ads Manager, there are a lot of ads manager systems out there. So there are things that you need just to run a business. And when you think about all of that tech, that generally what I just listed out would be $2,000 to $3,000 a month if you were to piece it all together. Oh, I forgot about ManyChat. For the people that, like my little comment to DM automation and stuff, that would generally be a technology called ManyChat. Okay. So are y'all picking up what I'm pouring down? There's the know-how to build it, and then there's the technology to run it. But what if there was both? What if you could get the know-how and the technology all in one place at not nearly the cost? At not nearly the cost, right? I also just want to say one thing. Just because you're not using all of that technology now doesn't mean that you will never have to use it. If you're going to build these systems, you need all that tech, right? But just because you're not experiencing it now, that's a sign that the business ain't bumping like it's supposed to be. You get what I'm saying? You can have a lean tech stack, but you still have to have tech for the business to be bumping. Okay, so somebody said both of them. So I want to introduce you to Quiet Wealth Society. I'll probably do a little tour in a second, but I want to tell y'all what it is. Quiet Wealth Society is the world's first ever society as a service. I will tell you why it's society as a service in a second. But this is a completely custom instance of the Go High Level platform. So for my people that are already on Go High Level, God bless and keep you. Come on over to where it's a lot better. No shade. And here's why. I don't use any of Go High Level's AI tools. I don't use any of those, and you'll see why in a minute. This is over 200,000 lines of custom code to completely reskin it, gut it, and make it our own. We are literally just using the platform as our foundation. Thank you, Aaliyah. Somebody is way better. It ain't nothing like it, I promise you. And so, this is the entire system to run your business the quiet way. Somebody put Somebody said, I'm already in. I came over. Come on over. Come on over, baby. So here's what's new. There are four systems. So the people that were already in, I got to go back and preload these systems. But everything you need to run your business, all the systems I talked about are preloaded in the new accounts. And we're going back and retroactively putting the systems in the old accounts. So Ty said it's quiet and you will never want to leave. And is, right? So your offer system already in there, your conversion engine already in there, your signal system already in there, and your ascension system is already in there. All of the templates, what to place, the placeholder, and how to build them, which I literally just finished recording. What was that? Ty, I don't know if you got the email where I was telling you guys I just recorded like 1,000 videos the other day for new trainings that we're loading in over the weekend for each one of these systems because I had to break it all the way down. But every single system is already loaded and you'll know exactly how to build it. The other thing is, do y'all like playing around with drag and drop templates? I'm back. Can y'all hear me? Y'all, the whole StreamYard just went out. The whole StreamYard. It does not want y'all to get this good word. Does not want you to get this good word, but you're going to get it anyhow. You're going to get it anyhow. So, what I was saying is that everything is loaded into your Quiet Wealth Society account. And the best way to describe it is generally when you are signing up for a business tech, right? You're just getting the technology and then maybe having, Joe, the product guy, going around and teaching you about all of the products and like just keeping you busy with the build. I guarantee you this, the one thing that I can provide is that you will never just be doing busy work, right? Everything is there to show you purposefully what you should be building. So everything you need to deliver, run. So your course portals, if you have courses, great. Client portals, if you want to do custom client portals, great. Memberships, communities, resource libraries, all of that, build it in there. The things you need to run your business, proposals and contracts, your calendar, so no more Calendly, your invoicing and payment, so you don't need QuickBooks and all of that stuff anymore. If you want to offer people payment plans, good. Stripe is integrated in here. You can offer split pay. You can offer all of that, order bumps, everything that you need, including subscription billing. And when you do want to be visible, guess what? I have a whole blog built in there, live series, video hosting, whatever you can think of, you can do it. The thing is, the option is always available. I'm not holding anything back. But here's my favorite part. How many of y'all have had a little foray with the Kendra bot? How many people have used the Kendra bot before? I've had it in some of my programs, some of my courses. She is now exclusively inside of Quiet Wealth Society, the architect advisor. So, when we talked about the issue with AI earlier, is that AI is trained on the gunk from the entire internet. Architect advisor is trained on Quiet Wealth systems. It is my frameworks, my platforms, and it's inside of your account 24/7, telling you exactly what to build, what to click, what to do next. So, all those questions y'all be asking, there you go, ask her. And for the people that are using the Kendra bot, I think, do y'all want to see an example of the Kendra bot in a little bit? Maybe we'll do a little example. We'll do a little example. Sorry, said, my Kendra bot is so sassy. I love her. Snatching my edges. Manifest Essence said, "This is gonna be your new bestie, Mama Lisa." Oh yeah, oh yeah. She's hilarious, actually. Um, Hilarious, but very helpful. Very helpful. And then this is our newest addition. So remember when I asked you guys earlier before StreamYard got jealous and decided to cut us off? Do y'all like building drag and drop pages? How many people love like choosing a template and then trying to figure out how to drag and drop it and how to customize and all that stuff? Don't y'all just love doing that? I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Yeah, you're not doing that inside of Quiet Wealth Society. If you want to drag and drop, go on somewhere else. What you're about to do is get custom coded sites. Everything is custom coded. Why? Because we build like bosses over here. So basically, what we have taken is my page templates. I think we may build a brand together. Y'all want to see how we build a brand and customize your stuff? Yeah, it's dope. And literally, all you do is copy and paste the code, and you're good to go. So you don't have to drag and drop anymore. It's delicious because we want you to look like wealth too. And then the final thing is, why do we call it a society? And here's the biggest part. I don't think that for years, I've been going live and doing free stuff and just spreading my knowledge everywhere. Um, and honestly, a lot of times it did not go appreciated. When and I know the smartest people realize and the wealthiest people know that proximity to others that are doing what you're doing, but also people that have already done what you're doing is one of the most important things that you can have. Proximity and information, real life up to date information for people that have already done the thing that you're going for, people that are in the rooms that you want to be in. Quiet Wealth Society is also your community. And this is the only place that I go live. So every other week, we have the council briefings. It starts Monday, this is the 20th, right? Monday. This is where I go live. So when y'all want to ask me questions, this is where I'm giving the most up-to-date information about business, where I'm telling you the rooms that I've been in and what's going on in those rooms. This is where that work happens. And the only place that you get it is inside of Quiet Wealth Society. Okay? That is where it is. And also inside of the community is your own community as well. So you can be with in the members lounge, which is launching Sunday. I want to say Sunday. We don't have, we built our own native community, and I think you guys are going to love it. That you don't have to go anywhere else. It'll actually be inside of your Quiet Wealth Society account. So you guys can talk to each other. You guys can also cheer each other on. And then, of course, there's a 24/7 support system for technical support. So, real people waiting to help you. But also, the final thing is I've took over $10,000 worth of my courses and put them inside of the Quiet Wealth Society Academy. Okay. So, inside of if you are in the actual event room, there is an offer on the screen now, but I'm also going to put it on the screen here. QuietWealthSociety.io. That's where we're going to head. QuietWealthSociety.io. Now, here's the sexiest thing I want to show you, because it is only $147 a month. So not only are you replacing $2,000 to $3,000 worth of tech, but you're also getting all of the training, architect advisor, right, to guide you in where to go, all of the things that I told you, and the tech for $147 a month. Real cool. Real cool. And you can cancel anytime. It is what it is. But you're replacing your CRMs, automations, course hosting, funnels and pages, contracts, communities, SMS and phone, email marketing, calendar booking, video hosting, client portals, websites and blogs, and your ad management all in one place. Sound like a deal to me? Somebody said, yes, it's real cool. And finally, when you join us, you'll see something at checkout that is so dope. You have an opportunity to, I think Thea can speak to it, Ty can speak to it, to do the activation. So if you don't want to have to come up with your own strategy for your offers, if you don't want to have to think about designing your pages, if you don't want to have to write all your emails and come up with those, if you want that all built for you, and I truly mean built for you, then that is a one-time purchase that you can add on at checkout of $997. Now, let's be real clear. I want y'all to understand what the activation is. This is what we charged. Y'all remember when I was having those VIP days? Those $10,000 VIP days? This is what we built for people from the VIP days. $10,000. You are getting your whole strategy built, 9 landing pages, your entire diagnostic and quiz, all of your branding, your design, all of your automations, everything. And all you got to do is record your videos with the scripts that we give you. And then you can come out to Atlanta and do that for free. So what did Thea say? Thea said the activation is genius. So that is what you add to make sure that when you come into Quiet Wealth Society, baby, you start off with a bang. You don't have to worry about design. You don't have to worry about thinking through strategy. You don't have to worry about any of that. Would you guys like to see one? what the activation looks like. And here's the biggest part of activation. I know y'all, I love y'all, right? And I also know that a lot of times the biggest thing that I hear from my clients is that I don't know what questions to ask, right? I don't know what to say. The most beautiful thing that I can tell you about the activation, and Thea is saying it right here, is I pull it out of you. I know what questions to ask. I know how to tap into your buyer's subconscious cognition mapping by asking you the questions. Y'all understand? And it truly is a beautiful thing when you know that, like, you are not having to do the heavy lifting. I just need you to show up and talk. Hold on, I'm pulling up one right now so I can walk you through it. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Can I want to get a real one that I already have some stuff in there so y'all can see one so I don't have to start from scratch. Right. Thea said just bring a drink and a snack. Also, she said my ADHD, my perimenopause and ADHD brain says thank you. My God, on today, girl, mine too. And this is the funny thing is even though the architect advisor is built on me because I have so many things going through my brain all the time, I use it to put me in line too. Particularly in this. So just so you guys know that the general architect advisor that everyone has is just going to show you what to build. She's not going to do your strategy. She's not going to do, tell you what like to design. She'll answer your questions, but those are specialized advisors inside of the activation because those have a lot of IP. And once again, this is how we built for $10,000 build outs that were still significantly underpriced. So it's a lot in there. And the people that be using it be tearing my AI credits up. Okay, y'all expensive. Y'all be wearing Architect Advisor out. so so I'm gonna grab this one and I'm gonna show you. I think I have it now. Let me get another screen up. While I'm doing this, what questions do you guys have? And who am I welcoming in tonight? Also, for the people that are already in Quiet Wealth Society, there is a link on the screen for you to fill out a quick form to let me know if you want to add the activation to your account, and I will send you an activation link just to add that to your account. Okay. I got one up. Let me see where it is. Y'all ready? I'm going to remove this. I'm going to add coming to the stage. Okay. So inside of the activation, this is what it looks like. This becomes a tab inside of your Quiet Wealth account. Let me show you. For my people that love a good checklist, we're going to show you everything that you need as it's getting completed. And this is all being filled out as you go through the process. So, process number one, I will show you. This is Architect Advisor module number one. Y'all can see the little chat that I've had with her, but we're going to do a live chat in a second. Y'all can see the chat. This is us coming up with my offers, my low ticket and my high ticket offer. This is a long chat. And then after you finish the chat, we go ahead and put it over into your actual strategy. So you get a real strategy with your offers. Okay. I'm going to go ahead for my people that say, I don't know what to build. Great. You don't know what you need to build for your particular offer? Well, let's go through the delivery blueprint. Let's go and do that part of our activation. The delivery blueprint is going to come up with exactly what you need to build. So I'm going to go in delivery blueprint. Architect Advisor is opening up. Saying, hey, Kendra, welcome to the builder. I already have your offers locked in. I already have what you're offering. I just need to ask you a question. She remembers all of the stuff you told her. And regarding your offer docs, both pieces are self directed with templates. That reads as course to me. Confirm course. Tell me if you want live support. I'm going to speak it out. Hell no, Kendra. I'm not supporting nobody live. It's going to be a course that's self delivered to them. God bless and keep them. So it's transcribing. So you can either talk in there or you can type in there. I'm sending it to Kendra. The Kendra bot, and she is going ahead and she is building out my entire delivery plan for everything that I need to build for this. And this is going to go into my full strategy and tell me exactly where I build it inside of Quiet Wealth Society. All right. And so she's building. And when she's done, it'll come back and it'll be added to my strategy. So, and it's saying still building and saving to your strategy. Nothing is stuck. Hang tight. Because I know y'all will be like, she taking too long. Something's broken. No, she's being thorough. She's being thorough. Okay. And it's building a full build plan and strategy for you in the background. Now, here's the cool part. After all of these strategy pieces are done, you're going to get like, hey, everything is done. All you got to do is send us your videos, and then we build all the things for you. All your pages, all your everything, all your automations. Literally, your heavy lift is answering these questions and building your video and recording your videos. All right. That is all. I don't need you to do anything else. I don't need you to be busy. I need you to be doing the Lord's work, which is preparing to be on camera and letting me talk you through what is going on. Our delivery blueprint is built. So let's go look at it in our strategy. It's done. It's saying now I can review it. Says your delivery blueprint is built. Let's open your strategy. Here you go. So now in my strategy, I now have my delivery blueprint. Gonna open it up. And it is saying, okay, Kendra, here's your client journey. Here's how they're gonna go through. For your corporate funnel blueprint, here are the videos you need to record. Here are the resources you need to create. Here are the touch points. On day one, we're gonna send them their instant access with their email. On day two, we're gonna send them this. On day four, this is the email we're gonna send them. On day five, this is what. There's no deadline to enroll, Tracy. No urgency here. The only deadline is how long you want to wait. And then it's literally telling you every single page that needs to be built. It's showing you where to go to build everything, what to embed, where you find it inside of Quiet Wealth Society. And it shows you your automation flows. This is your roadmap that it just built for you. And then it's literally showing where each piece is inside of Quiet Wealth Society. My God, on today. Okay, Tracy said that's sweet. Here's another one. Just one more module I'll show you guys inside of the activation. Where do I want to go? Oh, this is one of my favorite ones. This is one where we're going to create your ads. Right? And she's going to ask you about your ads. Oh, no, that's not the one in mind. It's not the ads. It's another one because I'm missing out on the stuff to have my ads. So you have to do the ones in order. It won't unlock until you do them in order because each one of these pieces build upon each other. So this is how we go through everything. Mm-hmm. Yep, Toriel, if you ask it, what do you need now? It literally is trained on the order in which I tell people to build things. And so it's going to tell you not to go down rabbit holes. Remember, this is for my neuro spicy folks that are overwhelmed and like don't know where to go first. This is where we go. And just really quickly, for the people that I told you earlier, I would show you guys what a diagnostic looks like. If you want to take a real diagnostic to see what one looks like, I'll show you. You can actually go to diagnostic.quietwealthsociety.io, but I will show you one. I'll put the link up too. Because you need to see what your quiz and diagnostic could potentially look like. And then I'll stay on here a couple more minutes, answer any questions, and then I'm going to get off because I have a good meal to cook. Okay, I got some fresh corn on the cob today. I got some okra that I'm going to fry up, and I got some pork belly, and I love pork belly. It's the thing. So I got a whole meal that I'm ready to cook. So let me show you guys the diagnostic really quick. Like I said, you can take it if you'd like. And please believe it's a sales funnel. So you're going into a funnel. So you're going to be getting double emails from me, but take it at your own risk. So the components of a diagnostic, here we go. Angelia, you already know it. Angelia said somebody went to the farmer's market and did. So this is the landing page. And remember, every place that we design something, I am not leading with take the quiet wealth diagnostic. Do y'all see that? The lead in is your business built to make loud money or quiet wealth? That's just a quick lesson on context. I'm giving people context about why they even want to pay attention to what is on my page. So when your copy is written, when all of those things happen, all of that logic is built in. So we're not just building fluff. Everything is intentional. And I always tell people, if you saw where I actually spent my time is spent with my messaging more so than anything else. Because it's not about what I want to say, it's about how do people receive it. All of the, and this is inside of Quiet Wealth Society, by the way. So this is all built inside of Quiet Wealth Society. So I digress. When people take the diagnostic, they're going through a process. We're taking them through lead capture. Okay, starting the diagnostic. And let me show you how it works. So I'm just going to do a couple of things here. Now, in your words, what do you actually sell? So I'm selling a technology system called Quiet Wealth Society, hoping that people hop in and get their whole business life together because all of the Quiet Wealth systems are running inside of here. And then I'm saying, how do people buy it? They buy it from my live webinar. So continue. Thing number 2, I'm just going to answer some questions. Now, in your words, what happens after someone get interested? They usually ask a lot of questions and don't know where to go after that. Okay, is your lead generation quiet? If I'm not posting or showing up, somebody's in there. Now, in your words, how are new people finding you? And honestly, how does it feel to keep it up? I'm exhausted. And I keep getting people who don't want to buy. And then are your repeat sales quiet? When someone buys, I start from scratch every time. I got other things. What happens after someone buys? Do they ever come back? People come back, but after manual effort. Okay, so now what is happening in the background? Oh, if your business brought in money consistently and quietly without you posting every day or being on all the time, what would actually change for you? What would you do with your life? I would be somewhere on the beach living my best life, not worried about my business. Okay. And so all of that is happening, and there is an engine in the background that's processing all of that, that's taking all of that in, that has my logic programmed into it. Architect Advisor is actually powering this, not general AI. So it's powered by Architect Advisor as well. And basically, what it's doing is it's taking all of the information and running it through my buyer subconscious cognition mapping framework. So now here is their custom report that they are getting with their score. And it's basically repeating back all of the things that they told me, right? And it's look, you got 0 of the 4 systems. And so they can look at what each system looks like built, what good looks like, right? What it doesn't look like. And then it's literally said where you said you want to go. You said you want to be on the beach, not worried about your business. And right now, every dollar you have requires you to be somewhere worrying about it. That is the exact distance between where you are and where this is supposed to go, right? And here's the order nobody tells you. Knowing your gaps is one thing, but knowing what to fix is the part that nobody actually saves you. Toriel, then you just asked about like what to do first and stuff like that. I know my audience. So we're giving, right, my audience the things that they need. My audience needs checklists. We need clarity. We need to understand that we are seen and heard. So I'm giving that all to them here. And then you can get more information about each one and why the order is like it is until it's time for you to click this button that you can't get away from to fix my score. And when you click on fix my score, here you go. So you're here because you just dove into your report, and this is when I tie it back to everything that the diagnostic was designed to do. This is one of my top sales engines for Quiet Wealth Society. And Toriel, just a FYI, since you asked about corporate earlier, on my corporate side, just so you guys can see, this diagnostic, it doesn't sell people into a low ticket, but I actually do a diagnostic for my other company, which is Quiet Wealth Partners, which is the corporate side. So I'll show you guys that real quick. And it's a completely different diagnostic because we build diagnostics for our audience. Not for what we want to do, but it's based on our audience. So this is another diagnostic. For Quiet Wealth Partners. Let me know when y'all can see my screen. I think I got to share it. Okay, can y'all see that? So this is my other brand, Quiet Wealth Partners. And this is for them, I'm accessing the revenue flow. Okay. So this is their thing. We're assessing something completely different, right? For that one. And it's a completely different report out. This one, who is a lot to build. So this is these for corporate. I only like build out for people because it's a real heavy lift to build. It has a lot more moving parts. But I'll show you guys really quickly what this one produces, just so you can see. And once again, this is also built inside of Quiet Wealth Society. It just has some back-end stuff and some plugins, like a back-end database that I run, things of that nature. That's a little bit more, but I'm going to go through this really quickly. And this is all about looking at the blockages in their revenue flow, in their system, showing what systems do 10 million, their annual revenue. Okay. So this is completing a full revenue analysis for them. And once again, when our average engagements on this side are 50K and up, I wanted to make sure, once again, buyer behavior, showing people that they're actually losing out on a lot more money than what it would cost for me to fix it for them. So this is going into their revenue analysis. So remember, when I'm showing that, look, this is how much revenue you're blocking every year, almost $500,000 to almost $700,000. Me then coming and saying $50,000 is a steal, right? And so for this one, it's a little bit more in depth. I have breakdowns for everything. Um, I have that. And then also, we have an executive briefing that creates so a whole PowerPoint presentation. I don't know if you guys can see that. It opens up a PowerPoint presentation that they can share with stakeholders inside of there as well. So, yeah, that's that. Okay. So, guys, I know this is a lot. I know this is a lot, but Aaliyah, so for the people that the regular architect advisor is pushing out to old accounts starting on Sunday. So that's the regular architect advisor. But if you want the one that like builds all the stuff and all of that, that's inside of the activation. So for those people, like I said, you can just shoot me a note and I can send you the link if you want to add the activation on, because that'll get you all the good stuff like built. The other way is you have to look at the trainings and come up with your copy and your logic and your strategy and all that stuff. So just let me know. But everybody has the general architect advisor that's rolling out to all the older accounts and it's in the new accounts. Okay. What questions do y'all have? I think we made it a good one. Ruby already knows it's time to eat. Come here, Ruby. Tell everybody hey, because I know you were waiting. She always knows when I'm getting ready to get off. Ruby, when I'm getting ready to get off. Yes, you have API access, my dear. The room that you guys are inside tonight is also built inside a Quiet Wealth Society. Um, Toriel, let me show you, my dear, because you asked, is it built for corporate as well? Yes, you can run corporate and consumer out of here. As a matter of fact, there is a particular snapshot that's built for what I call the dual revenue authority, but I will show you one that is built for corporate and consumer. Let's see here. Mhm. Let me see if I can get a test account because I don't want to show nobody's business. Let's see. I'll do one that I know. Um, won't mind. Let's see, a 500 fierce. Mhm. Okay. Can y'all see this screen? Aaliyah, the corporate doesn't have to be in another account. And here's why. Because I always teach people at the dual revenue authority, unless you truly want to have two separate brands and you're operating under two legal entities, if you are operating under two separate legal entities, you legally need to have a separate account. Um, right? But if you're operating up under one brand, then no, you don't have to have a separate account. Okay. No, there's no deadline for enrollment. No deadline. So literally, Toriel, we have like where we already have it built the funnels in for corporate pipelines, consumer pipelines. When you go in, we have the corporate funnels. So as you can see, we built this for a lot of people. So the core funnel systems are the diagnostic, which we do that for consumer. The executive briefing, which is our corporate funnel, is already in here. Your ads manager is you can run ads for corporate or consumer. Your podcast hub, which we teach for corporate, is already in here. All of those things are already loaded. When you want to send proposals, guess what? Let's go over to payments. All right. Once we go over the payments, you can do your documents and contracts, your invoices and estimates, your proposals, all of that good stuff. It's all in there. Right. So that's it. I love it. I love it. So, guys, this is what Quiet Love Society is so, so much. the page design suite. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hold on, let me share. This is where all the pages can get designed. It literally generates code for you based on my templates. So it's pretty dope. And you can literally take any web page and design it right here and make changes with your voice. Yeah. Oh, conversation with sunshine. So there's not a speaker one sheet template in there, but it's something that I could add. Because if this is something I want to let everybody know, because maybe this will make it more helpful. Maybe this will make it more sense. Do y'all know every single piece of design that you see, every website, every piece of design that you ever see is code? It's just code. When you have a drag and drop website and like drag and drop, even Canva, all of that stuff is designed because most people don't know how to write code. And honestly, even AI is terrible with code. That's why vibe coding is dangerous because you have to understand code structure and all that stuff. I digress. I know code structure, right? Been coding for a long time, built technologies for the largest companies in the world. So anything that you think of that can be designed, that whole PowerPoint presentation, this whole slide deck is code. So yeah, we can create a template for it. That's easy. Yeah, the slide deck that you're seeing tonight, this is all code. When we say we build people slide decks, it's all code. So yeah, I'm like, we're not trying to be like everybody else. My people inside of Quiet Wealth Society will be dangerous with code when they finish. Dangerous with code. So orientation starts on Tuesday. We have an orientation on Tuesday night, an induction ceremony. That's Tuesday night. And actually, if you want to get on the first council briefing, that first council briefing is Monday night. So the council briefings are our group meetups, um, 7 7 p.m. Monday night, and the induction is Tuesday night, 7 p.m. So you'll get a double dose of me next week being in. But yeah, Aaliyah, I believe the corporate templates are already in yours. The one for the corporate, um, I think we already pushed them to everybody, but we're doing a suite. Aaliyah said, I was just coding another site, and my husband was like, oh, you activating your inner Kendra. Yes. You know I love the code. Been coding for a long, long time. I started coding back in 2005. I started coding back in 2005. So it's been a long journey. I remember my first ever code was learning VBA code. And if y'all don't know what VBA is, some people that use Excel and stuff, you may, or Access databases, because I had to use Access databases and stuff in my work, learned VBA. And then I just started learning other languages. But I remember the first book that I ever got was called VBA Coding for Dummies. And that's how I started learning to code. Okay. Like I said, I take my teachings from you very seriously. I love you, boo. Okay. Um, ask your question. What is the lead time? The lead time for what? For if you do the activation, the 997. Here's the dopest part. The lead time is dependent on you. Literally. So once you do your videos, yeah, once you do your videos, you upload your stuff. Like it's almost an immediate bill. I generally tell people give me 7 business days because I actually do quality assurance. I personally look at everybody's stuff because you're not gonna, be out here looking crazy telling folks I built it for you. Hell no. But would y'all like to see what a finished activation looks like, just so you can see real quick? Ruby's like, if you don't hurry up, Ruby, I'm gonna hurry up. I'm trying to help the peoples. Trying to help the peoples out. Okay, I will show you. So, really quickly, come talk to me. I'm really. So, this is my, now I'm telling y'all all my business. This is my actual operating system that I run my corporate side out of, um, corporate clients, but this is kind of like my dashboard for all of my businesses. This is not my marketing dashboard. So I run all of my marketing out of Quiet Wealth Society, but I built a custom dashboard because I run three businesses. So I want to have everything and have my pulse on everything as the CEO. So I digress. This is the stuff that helps us do our work. So production desk, all of that stuff. I know what's going on at any given time. I know what projects are going on. So I'm going to go into Asset OS and I'm just going to take a client build really quick and see. Let's see. Let me get the dashboard here. Dashboard and export and build. So once everything is built, this is what you get. Can y'all see this? Oh crap, I just took the screen off. Okay, this is what you get. A beautiful portal delivered to you with all of your pages, all of your pages in there with all of the code that you literally just, copy and paste into your account. Let me go back here, share this tab instead. So this is every single one of your pages are in here designed for you. And then let's scroll down. All of your email sequences already designed so you can preview them. And the custom code for them is already there. So every single one of your emails already written for you, already done, branded, all of your videos, and then all of your ads that are already ready to be pushed in your Quiet Wealth Society account because we run ads out of Quiet Wealth Society, so you don't have to fool with the Facebook Ads Manager. So all of your ads as well, and then your checklist for how to make it go live in your account. That's it. But you get everything. Pages, email sequences, all of that in a portal that you literally just copy and paste. When I tell you, once again, this is $10,000 that we used to build for clients. 3 ad campaigns, all of those things. Are y'all kidding me? What? So yeah. So that's why like the diagnostic is when it's sorry, the activation is crazy work. It is crazy work. All right. Okay. Ladies, I have enjoyed you so much. I hope you learned something tonight. See, I still stayed over time. And Ruby's like, girl, you better hurry up and get off here. I will. Ruby, I'm gonna shut up. Um, yeah, man, look, this is what we do, right? The council briefings, all of that stuff. You guys get to see me every couple weeks, right? It's exciting. It's exciting. And I always tell people putting on where you can come out here and just hang out with us and have a fun girls' day. If you guys saw, um, I posted one time before where we did an impromptu meetup in Atlanta where literally, like I said, I told everybody to bring their makeup and just have fun. That's the stuff I want to spend my time doing. Let's get rid of all of the heavy stuff in our business so that we can give ourselves permission to play again. Let's give ourselves permission to play again. It should not be this difficult. It should not be so heavy. You get what I'm saying? It just shouldn't be. And so if it doesn't need to be heavy, why are we making it that way? You got a place you can come where it's not. All right. I love you guys. I have enjoyed you so much. See you next time.